Top of the morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku Was Immortal? Like, you probably seen other YouTubers do, like, what if Zuko was Immortal Phoenix or Immortal stuff? But this is my version of it. So, yeah. I'm taking two powers for him. Or actually three, if you count Soul from the, not Soul Eater, but from the Avengers movies. The one that traps people or releases them and all that stuff. That's three. So Zuko has, like, a combined of all three. I'm explaining what Zuko's power is. The other two is from the same thing, but it's reality and time. So basically, and all three of them fused, and now, Zuko. Here, hold on, make sure. Yeah. So, Zuko, who was born with these powers, I'll just say that. So, and it's his abilities. And this is the part. So, Zuko, whom is basically a born, or actually was, with the abilities. So the abilities in this what if is always on. It's different from a quirk. Basically, a quirk, you can turn it on or off at will. But the abilities is always on in that universe. So, yeah. So let's begin without wasting any more time. And I'm also adding Zumi. So, Zuko and Zumi were born. And they went to a court doctor. And, yeah. The court doctor ends up telling Zuko and Zumi, or first looks over at Zumi and tells her that she has a quirk. As Toga, or not Toga, Zumi is happy about it. But when he looked over at Zuko, he doesn't have a quirk. So then he he was surprised about it. Man. As he looks over at his sister, and yeah. So now, and in this universe, I forgot to mention, there's different types. There's quirkless, quirks, abilities, and immortal. So whoever's immortal, they have more value. Like, basically, they're a little bit higher ups. So basically, Zuko would have been like a gold mine. Basically, he is higher than Zumi. So, yeah. So, the Inko and the Sashi were like, we don't care. Because usually, in these, or what if, I usually make, like, Inko and the Sashi gets rid of him, or doesn't care about him. Is because the Zuko and the but Zuko got, like, they don't talk to him about anything, so he goes to a workless school, and the yeah, and he does have a quirk, but it's delayed, or actually it's really a flame creation, like forge of creation quirk for him. So he can basically, and it's like taking Momo's quirk and making the weapons that he produces way more stronger and, like, yeah, on firepower. He could create like a nuke, but it would be called like destroyer thing. Yeah. So, yeah. So Zuko ends up, he goes to a quirkless school, and he hangs out with his new friends. And because he has that, and plus everyone at the quirkless school sees him as a person. So, and he comes home and then he goes back late. But one day, time skip to him 15, and also time skip to All for One versus All Might. Hey, hold on. Let's check the what. Okay. So, the All for One, or All Might was down but not out. All for One was about to shoot a laser at him. As the Zuko comes out of nowhere. The blast evaporated his skin, meat, and then there was only a skeleton. But All Might survived him with the other citizen. So Zuko, or of course, they thought All Might was dead, but then when the smoke fully cleared, All Might was still alive. And as a guy, as All for One's like, your life was spared by a child. Zuko Midoriya. As Bakugo, because Bakugo really did care about his friends, but when he saw his friend die, so All for One says, my court needs to recharge. So I'll beat you like a brutal way, not the because I'm still waiting for it to charge up. So then he uses his big muscle thing, comes in, as he stops right in front of All Might's head or chest. And he was standing there, or he turns around. That's impossible. As they see Zuko standing there, in the same spot, he says, "Man, that laser attack was not even effective." As everyone was like, hold on, I am gonna save this image so that yeah. So, I'm gonna use One Piece because you guys on, like, so everyone was like, hey, that. And Zuko turns around, known as he says, you're just, I heard so much about you, All for One. So, as Zuko runs full sprint, and as he kicks All for One with enough force, as it sent shockwaves through, as he keeps going and going, and All for One and his entire body, like, my boy was powerful enough. So, yeah, plus reality and time boosted his body up to, like, he wasn't aging. As everyone was like, what? But how is he doing that without any, like, repercussions or something like that? But then, and then of course, All for One was wiped out of existence. And the Shiraki-sen was ticked off as he runs up, as he's about to, like, he did that thing. He used all 5 fingers, decayed Zuko's entire body on him, like, fast. And now, you really got me mad. As he walks past all for One, Zuko goes right to All Might, but then, out of nowhere, Zuko grabs him by the throat, as he says, my him, how is he recovering so quick? Like, is there no way? As everyone thought about it, as Nezu says it, that boy is an immortal, ultimate immortal. So you're saying that he can never be killed by anything? Yeah. So then everyone was like, holy crud. And everyone was like, what? Here. As everyone was like, man. As he knocks out all the villains. As they're like, man, this boy is on a whole nother level. And I forgot to mention, again, of course, when he was 3 years old, he had a friend. Of course, he had Bakugo. He had and the Momo and Ochako and Todoroki as when they were 3 years old. But when they saw his lane, they have a mortal friend. And you know what that means? Zuko is the most highest person in the world. And Zuko says, as Momo who looks over at the big screen as she sees Zuko turning his hand facing upwards, and she sees a blade came out of Zuko's palm, as she recognizes it as it was like her quirk. As everyone was like, so, and they never seen that type of so, yeah. So then the next day, him, let's say the next day, the Inko's Rashi. Sorry. Oh, sorry. So, Inko and Nasashi said, man. So he goes to the quirkless school. Of course, Nezu was there before and says that Zuko, how do you feel about joining UA? Sure. And Rinko is like gonna do a DNA test, on Zuko first. Sure. Here you go. As he gives his arm, as she basically drew some blood and ran some diagnostics real quick. And what, to her surprise, because she's a quirk doctor herself and the ability doctor. Basically, it's similar to a quirk doctor, but it only checks for abilities. But Zuko was a mix between those two, quirks and abilities. So the recovery girl looks at Zuko. You actually have a quirk and ability. How is that possible? What do you mean? Well, it says here that, yeah, it says here that you have a quirk and ability. But she uses a fancier words than that, but I'm just saying it as is. So, yeah. So then Zuko was like, what? But how is that possible? And they never seen that type of... Because usually it's quirkless, quirked abilities. That's it. But seeing a hybrid of Zuko's is... But, like, between... They never seen that type. So he's in the higher up, too. So he's more rich than anyone in the universe. So, and he has more authority over everyone. And she's like, wait, I'm confused. As Zuko says, as All Might says, not that, but you have a way different opinion than the Quark Doctor that I when I was 4 years old. He said I was quirkless. I think the Quark Doctor lied to you. No, Zuko. So, yeah. So then it was the one that's working with All for One. That the recovery girl's mentioning. So, yeah. So Zuko is a hybrid, should I say. So, when he says sure, as he goes over to UA, he's in class 1A. And yeah. So when he got home, his mother, or usually he always was like the one, he always was by himself all the time. Like his parents had him in their house, but they never talked to him, like ever. So then now after the All for One incident with All Might thing, and turns out Zuko was a mortal hybrid, should I say. And as Inko was Anasashi now acknowledges who he is. As everyone could not even imagine how scary. As everyone was like, holy crud. This kid is our new Who student? We're all dead. I'm joking. They were like, man. Zuko can use his reality power, like part of his like immortality, to like he could create, or he could use, or he could bend like a surrounding area of him into anything that he wants. So Zuko does a ball throw and everything except for the USJ because, yeah. So Zuko was all caught up in everything. And he even says, you know, this makes it fair. And his eyes turned red. as he activates reality. So the entire, like, the stadium thing, like, where they were in, was changed to more her into like the city, but with the talking buildings, holdings, as everyone was like, man, including Mr. Aizawa, was like, man, Mr. Joke was like, man, that kid could change the entire train to like anything. As he also used it to create golems to, yeah. And he looks over at Dark Shadow. Oh. No. As he thinks, I see. As he puts his hand down again, as he changed everyone's shadows into like the ghostly hands, like shadowy hands that come out of these shadows, and grabs them and pulls them down, holds them down. As they're like, man, how are you doing that without any? As every student that was like, thing, including that girl, the one, I forget her name though, one that has illusion, that like when she blows out, I forget her name. I think, let me say it real quick. My Hero Academia illusion quirk by this girl. Yeah. So she ends up, she was even strapped to the ground. Because it was kind of weird for her to like she looks around. What's going on? And yeah, he said, I made your shadows into the, or because I only changed all of yours except for my class. And I turned all your shadows into like the holding you down. Oh, that's, man. And she's like, man, that's creepy. Me. So now, and all thanks to Dark Shadows is, so yeah. Then after that, Zuko is declared as a symbol of power. Yeah, because his hero name is Endless Inferno, is his name, or hero name. And, yeah. So when I know that I said that about like, yeah, well, it's true, but let's go back to shock faces. So everyone was like, man, if this boy has more power than. So then Todoroki asks Zuko, like, what can you who do? Well, I can use rewind time, because of my ability thing. It allows me to come back to life. And I can rewind or go forward in time. I can even go into a future or past, even present thing too. And plus you use reality power and the time, man, you can go into the future. So, yeah, Zuko could go into the future, alright? So, he does, to see what will happen next. So he goes, like, into the future. Like, I won't spoil if the My Hero Academia creators end up remaking. It would be like Naruto and that other one that really I don't understand. It's like that, but with My Hero Academia. Zuko went into the future and sees like what happened in the future. Even the last Avatar thing, or Sokka thing, yeah. So Zuko comes back to the present, tells them that the man, or actually he was like shocked because he saw so many people got killed home. So he comes back to warn them about like big threat things. And they're like, man, yeah. So then Zuko ends up being cool. This person in the world who have. So everyone, Class 1A, Class 1B, and above, every time they see him, they're like, hey Zuko, do you want to play a game? And plus it's like everyone visits with him. Yeah. Including the villains, so yeah. So let's see how long. Okay. I just wanted to kill time. So that, not actually, it's just a saying. So, yeah. So Zuko, went back home. Or actually, before he even left school, Mr. Azal was like, how do you feel about becoming the symbol of power? That's the higher than symbol of peace. Sure. because everyone knows that he's a tippity toppity one. So yeah, they actually met the first ever breed that ever designed. Or ever seen, actually, yeah. So, yeah. So, now this is the, yeah. So I skipped over overhaul thing because it's boring. And, of course, Momo and Ochako got married to Zuko. And, of course, Todoroki and Bakugo got married to Zumi. So, yeah. And Zuko was pretty powerful. So, yeah. This is what Zuko is. So Ochako's like, man. Okay? As as Zuko says, okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bit like, I can't believe him. Okay? As she could not believe that she actually has like a $1 million man. Plus, as she's, because Zuko was also can change reality at will, he could change Ochako's entire family's luck around. So, yeah. So Zuko uses it to change their luck around. And they win a whole bunch. So, then Momo, yeah. So, peace out, y'all. There won't be a part 2, so probably there's a custom cards afterwards, so hopefully. But peace out, y'all. Peace.